Hello, welcome back to Ready Controls. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to wire a Schmersal SRB301ST Safety Relay step by step. Whether you are wiring your first e-stop or building your first safety panel, by the end of this video, you will know exactly how to wire it and how each terminal works, and you'll never get stuck wondering why your contactor won't energize again. Well, first we have to power up the relay. In this example, we're going to wire a dual channel e-stop to the safety relay and connect it to a contactor output and understand the reset circuit that brings it all together. When I first started learning about safety relays, I spent hours wiring this module only to realize the contactor never turned on. The reason, I completely missed the reset circuits between S12 and X2. So in this video, I'll make sure you don't repeat that mistake. Before we wire this SRB301ST, let's do a quick recap of what it works. A safety relay constantly monitors the emergency stop inputs that are wired to the safety input channels. You have two channels, S11 and S12 become one channel, and S21 and S22 is the other channel. So this relay continuously monitors these two channels. If anything goes wrong, like a wire breaks or contactor sticks or the button is pressed, it immediately removes power to the machine by opening the internal contacts which are in series K1 and K2. So without getting any delay, let's turn the power on to this controller. And the way how we do the power on to the controller is power on to the safety relay is we give 24 DC on A1 and 24 DC hot on A1, or positive 24 DC, and then common is on A2. If you look at the face of this relay, I wired in A1, which is the lower terminal, that's my positive. Let me zoom out. So we wired A1 to the positive, that's here. A1 is on the lower level and the top row is for the top bay. Similarly, A2 is here, which is up there. So I wired 24 hot on A1 and common, and that's why you see the two indicator lights saying you have 24 DC on, right? Now, how do we wire the input side of the relay? So the input side of the relay, as we said, input side is where we're going to wire the e-stop. So I'm going to wire S11 and S12 for one channel and S21 and S22 to the other channel. So if you look at any diagrams close by, this is how a typical safety relay wiring looks like. As I said, these two, S11 and S12 become one channel, and S21 and 22 becomes the other channel. Here in this example, they're showing a normally closed contact, which is like an e-stop or a guard door. In our case, we'll just use a e-stop mushroom head push button, which has two normally closed contacts, as you can see, NC and NC. We're going to wire them back in the same format as shown in this diagram. As you can see, I took a e-stop push button and taking one side of the normally closed contact. I'm using this contact as one channel. So I took it from S11, which is here. That wire came in back to one side of the relay, and the other side of one side of the push button contact, and the other side is going back to S21. As I just touch it, you could see the clicking noise. That's telling that the internal contacts are closing. So I have wired the e-stop push button to normally closed contacts. One contact is for channel 1, which is S11 and S12, and the other contact is for S21 and 22. Even though my e-stop is good, my safety relay is not turning on K1 and K2. That's because there is a reset circuit that we still need to wire. That's what's making the relay not to close. Now let's wire the reset circuit. And the reset circuit that we had to wire it is a monitored reset. So what we're trying to do here is, say When everything is okay and the safety relay turns on the internal contacts, these contacts, when K1, K2 are the internal coils, when these close, these contacts close, which are in series, these two in turn in this diagram are showing to pull external safety contacts like a safety contactor like this, right? So that's your KA, that's the KA, and let me zoom on. So that would be KA and KB. I'm just using KA for now, but what we are trying to do is when all the safety is okay and K1, K2 closes, this coil gets energized. When this gets energized, the contacts of this normally open power contacts will close, but there is a normally closed contact that we want to monitor to ensure the contacts are not welded shut, and that's what we mean by monitor reset. So what we are doing here is whatever our reset push button on the field, that's in series with the feedback circuit of these contacts, which is nothing but the normally closed contact of this external output device. If we don't want that one, say in this example, if you don't want to use that, you could always just put a jumper between S12 and X2. I'm going to show you that right now without connecting any output contactor. If I just put a jumper between X2 and S12. So we'll take a jumper wire. I'm just showing you. So if I'm just taking a jumper wire and we put it between S12 and X2, that should keep your K1, K2 internals to come on. So I take S12, they're just side by side. Oh, I already have a mic here. Okay. So I already have X2. So if the moment I touch S12, you could see the internal contacts pulled in. So that's how a monitored reset works. The rest of the circuit is just me wiring 14, taking 24 hot to 13, take the 24 DC, or this relay can take 120 also on the output contactors. That's why he's showing that as L1 and N1, but you could use a 24 DC signal. So you take 24 DC, wire it to 13, and once both K1, K2 closes, the 24 DC travels to 14 and it can pull in the coils for that. So let me wire that and show you. So we ended up wiring the E-stop push button to a SRB301ST with external safety contactors. As shown in the previous video, what I did is connected the normally closed contact of the external safety contactor in series with the reset push button over here. As indicated in here, the reset push button is wired to one end of it is wired to S12 reset push button, and then KA in our drawing is this KA, and I used the normally closed contact of KA and landed it onto X2 terminal, which is right here. So I will show you the demonstration. Right now everything is in a safe state. When we push a E-stop, the contactor opened up and I can try resetting it. It won't reset until I pull out the E-stop. Now if I keep holding the reset, I cannot reset until I unpress or depress. Once I depress, you can see the contactor pulled in and K1, K2 came on. So this is how you wire a single safety contactor with a single E-stop, dual channel E-stop going into a safety rated relay with a output side having a safety contactor. If you like this video and need more videos like this, please do like, share and subscribe to my channel.